Before I discovered how much I love to work with kids, I was actually very interested in science. When I was younger, I used to tell everyone that I was going to move to Florida and become a marine biologist and work and study with the ocean, something along those lines. I wanted to make an impact on the world, but little did I know at the time that teachers have some of the biggest impact on others out of any other occupation. Because teachers make some of the very first impacts on kids from a young age that shapes them to who they grow up to be. Everyone around me always said, we need more great teachers, but it still wasn't something that I could see myself doing. I actually grew up around teachers. My mom is a teacher, so I practically grew up in the classroom, and her dad was a teacher before her, and that's just all I had ever heard about, and I was just not interested in that. It's just something that I could never see myself doing. I didn't really enjoy school when I was younger, so I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in school. Kids in school were mean and gross, and learning wasn't fun. But my mom persisted, and she always said that I had teacher qualities in me. She always said that I was very smart, and I worked well with others, and I was always very optimistic and could make the best out of any situation, and she used to always tell me that those are the qualities of an excellent teacher. But I still didn't want to work with kids. I very much wanted to get away from the school environment, and I didn't want to feel stuck there. But as I got older, I could finally see that, what everyone had been telling me. The older I got, the less interested I became in science. And I realized it wasn't very practical for me to pack up and move to Florida. And so I began volunteering in my church and other places around the community. And that is where my love of working for kids began. And now that I have discovered that passion in my life, I can do what I love and follow in my mom's footsteps. Now, there's always the question, can I do this? My fear and my anxiety are always going to be there. They're always going to be present. And I'm going to always ask myself if I am capable of this. I was the one standing in the way of my goals, my worries, my fears. I was the only one standing in my way. But luckily for me, I had people like my mom to inspire me, to push me, to help me along the way. And I strive to be half as good a teacher that she is, because she really is amazing at what she does. So I ended up choosing teaching kindergarten as my future career because I learned my love and passion for working with kids. They bring me a lot of joy, and they're so much fun to work with. I've actually job shadowed before in the kindergarten classroom, and that is where I decided that's where I wanted to be. That's what I wanted to do with my life. So I had completely changed my mind about my original life goals to a completely different career field because I opened up my mind, and it opened up so many more opportunities for me. So keep an open mind when it comes to your future goals in life. You never know what you might end up doing, and you could change your whole future in just a matter of seconds. Now I know what I want to do with my life, and I'm so excited for the future. I'm so excited to meet all these kids and impact them, be their very first teacher, and even little things like decorating my classroom get me really excited for my future career. My heart and my mind were open, and I kept my options in mind the older I got. I followed my heart, and I kept searching for what I loved until I found it. My entire plans were completely transformed. I'm not that little girl buying all the science kits and wearing a lab coat for Halloween and wanting to be a scientist when I grew up. I am now following in my mom's footsteps and becoming an educator like she is. And in order to do that, I came to college and began taking the courses for elementary education and prepping for my future, and I cannot wait for it. Thanks for listening, guys.